It is a dictatorship, and there's not much we can do about it right now. Let's just fucking be honest. All of these alarm bells are ringing.
No shade to this creator, but I do have to disagree. And I don't disagree with the fact that like the dictatorship is here. It is, but I highly disagree with the point that there's nothing that we can do, right? The dictatorship is here, but what's currently happening is like how powerful the dictatorship will be is currently being worked out right now, right? What's going on with Project 2025 is that they're actively testing out what the hell they can get away with, right? And yes, that is all in the legislative and the judicial branches and what's going on over there, but that does not mean that we do not have power. By the end of this video, I'm going to let you know what kind of power that you have and where you can implement it. Now, when it comes to the judicial and the legislative branch, I will say that that is mostly out of our hands, right? Those are our elected representatives, judges, the courts, that's up to them. Now, us, and this is when it comes to our physical power, we have to decide, are we going to organize and what we are going to allow them to do? Case number one, in Somerville, ICE pulled up to a school and tried to take students and parents out in their trucks, right? The community members pulled up, surrounded ICE packed their shit up and left. That is your physical power that you have, right? That may be a little bit scary, but you do have to know and realize that our public servants, and that's what I'm going to call them because that is what they are, our public servants are severely outnumbered. And we can't let their structural power outweigh our physical power, right? Now I'm going to get into the three forms of power. There's structural power, there's influence, and there's physical manpower. Structural power is, again, you were hired into this position. You were elected into this position. You know what I mean? There's documentation and paperwork and bureaucracy surrounding the power of what you can say you can do and who you're ordering, right? Influence. That is the influence to tell somebody to do something. And that you don't need any structural power. Again, influencers. It comes from being able to get online and tell somebody, hey, I need you to take this action. I need you to go do this. I need you to go talk to this person. I need you to go organize with these people. Right? And there's physical manpower. There's usually pulling up, using your muscles and your physical body to make something happen. Surrounding ICE officers when they're using intimidation tactics. Again, there's strength in numbers. If you were still here, I need you to go listen to this podcast episode. This is one of my favorite podcasts, but she talks about Project 2025 and what we can do. You leave with some action plans, you get some hope, you find out how to stay informed, and currently where we're at when it comes to Project 2025. They're going to tell you some of the same stuff I told you here today, basically around there testing the limits of what they can get away with. Now, with that said, again, I want to say it's no shade to the original creator, but I felt the same way. I was feeling the same way, and it's no shade to anybody that reposted it, but the times are getting tough. And when times get tough, the tough get going. So what you going to do? Are we pulling up and we organizing? Or are we saying that we have no power and we're just going to let the chips fall where they may? Let me know.